Greetings all, this is the One Nerd, and this is another edition of the One Nerd Goes to the Movies. No intro today. I actually just got out of the movie that I'm seeing today. I ran a little bit late. I was walking again because that's another good day, but I went out a little bit early because I wanted to browse some stuff. And when I browse, sometimes I forget. I lose track of time, but I did get some stuff. I got the last of the He-Man retro stuff from Walmart. But yeah, I was running a little late, so I didn't have time to do an intro. But the movie that I saw today was Unhinged. I'm going to give you my first impressions, just coming straight out of the theater from it. This is definitely one of those movies that I would classify as good but not great. It does have some good elements to it. It's essentially just a sort of a story where there's just some crazy dude played by Russell Crowe, who I have to say was really good in it. He plays a psychotic dude pretty well. He's really fat in this. He's a big fat guy, and he really does well playing the whole psychotic thing. He got a little bit weird because he was one of those psychotics who's psychotic but well spoken and goes off on these rants and what have you, which I'll get into a little bit later. But overall he was pretty good. But it's a very basic story. Woman is terrorized and chased all over by this guy because she honked at him, road rage sort of thing. And it's pretty good. I mean, again, pretty good. I wouldn't say it's honestly, I wouldn't even say that it's worth going to the movie to see. The only really bad thing that I have about it is that it has sort of a muddled message, and this does have a sort of a weird message to it. The movie opens, the credits, it opens with a montage of things that talk about how people are getting angrier nowadays, and they're constantly doing this throughout the movie where they will bring up road rage, and people are getting angrier, and think people are getting more stressed, and internet and high speed and stuff. It's weird how it kind of seems like the message is that I don't want to say that the movie was saying that this guy was justified in what he was doing, going off on this rampage and killing people over this little slight, but it's muddled, and it's very weak. Again, I don't think the movie was saying that this guy was justified in doing it, because he's clearly not seen as a hero. But I don't know. It seemed like it was. Maybe I'm overthinking it. It could be that. Maybe I'm just overthinking it, and maybe I'm just trying to read into something. But it just bothered me throughout the entire movie. But other than that, it is a good movie. But I don't think it's a movie right now that's worth going to the theater, which I know sucks. This is the first big movie that is coming back in theaters after this whole thing, which sucks that this is the first big movie, But we do have New Mutants coming in a couple weeks. I think a couple weeks, a week. I'm not sure, but it's coming soon. Actually, it's next week, isn't it? We do have that, and then we do have Tenet. Still coming. Obviously, that's going to be the big reason to come back to theaters to see that in IMAX. And of course, New Mutants is also on IMAX in select places, so that will be the big thing. So I would say, wait for Unhinged to come out on digital, rent it or something like that, because it's definitely not worth seeing in the theaters. It's not that it's bad. Again, it's not bad, but it's just not. If this were in different times, I would say, go see it, because it's a little bit of fun. You'll get a little bit of a laugh out of it and all of that. But with these times right now, is it worth going to the theater and going through all the muck of having to wear a mask in the theater and do all that? I would say no, which is again a shame, because Russell Crowe is really good in it. It's got a good premise, but it gets weird. It's one of those things where a lot of things could be solved, that people would make different decisions and do this and that. Again, I want to recommend this movie, and I do recommend this movie to a certain extent. I recommend seeing this movie when you can see it in a more digital or rental thing at home. But in regards to actually going to the movies, going to the theater to see this, I can't do it. A lot of good things about it. Actually, a lot of really good car destruction. scenes of like cars getting like trampled and what have you, pretty good. But in regards to if it's worth seeing in theaters right now, no, and that's a shame. Again, it's a real shame because any other time this would just be a quick little popcorn movie that you'd be able to just see and enjoy in a theater. But I can't recommend seeing this. I recommend seeing it under normal circumstances, like at home or what have you, but just not in theaters. But not to worry, we do have some great movies that are definitely going to be worth seeing in theaters. I can definitely tell. We got Tenet coming up, we got New Mutants coming up, and I'll be right here at this very theater in order to talk about them when they come. So look forward to that. And look forward to a lot of other things coming to the channel. I'm still working on new parts of my light novel audiobook, looking to get into a new actual movie review. So look forward to that. Until next time, I'm the one nerd, and that was just my opinion. Be safe out there, guys. Seriously.